What Stacey Says, the weekly podcast. Real lady, real life, real views. Uncensored, unfiltered, unmissable. And here's your host, Stacey.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very scatty episode of What Stacey Says. I wasn't going to come on tonight because I don't know what's been happening this past week and a half, but it's like I must have had about 8 hours sleep in the space of a week, and my anger issues have been beyond like containable for these past couple of days. So I've been thinking I'll put this off and I'll put this off and I won't come on, but it is not beat me, if you like, because it's like, no, this is my therapy, this will help me rant, this will help me whatever, and I'm just going to sit here and either talk absolute bollocks as usual or talk about what I was actually going to talk about. So you are going to have to put up with freshly washed hair that's on top of my head like a bun. I've got my light on and it's reflecting in my glasses and it's really pissing me off. So we're already on the path of unsuccessfulness, probably. The only thing that's decent is my fringe. I'm in my sexy koala jumpers, I was trying to say at the same time. And my red face, I have got meditation music on. You might be able to hear it, you might not. And I'm just at the point where I'm probably going to sit here and fucking do all your heads in. I have got one cat in here with me. I've got my Queen D, but I can't show. Oh, no, they're not. No? You got anger issues as well, have you? Probably. I did try blaming it on the full moon because there was a full moon last night and I came in from work and I had my shower and I put my candles on and I'd done my incense and I thought I'm going to take time out and I'm going to meditate for an hour, which I did, and I did feel better, but I don't know. I had the most terrible night's sleep. James hasn't slept properly in a week and it's like I'm on the verge of smothering him to death. I don't know if he's unwell or whatever. He's had ongoing health, not problems, because that's going to make you all worry, but he's not been well. He's had like water infections. He's had them sorted out. And I don't know if it's the build up of us going on holiday or what, but it's got to the point where I actually want to roll over and punch him in the side of the head to knock him out, but never mind. So that's my rant. I'll probably rant on. I was coming on here today to talk about the shit show of our country at the moment and the housing situation. Being that me and James are trying to get our own place and we're trying to save for our own place and it's just near on fucking impossible. This is probably not the best time to be talking about this because I am really don't know what's wrong with me. I feel so fucking angry. Anywho, I do apologise if I swear too much in this, but there you go. It is uncensored, unmissable and raw, as I told my editor to call my show. So, yes, that's what I've come on to talk about. So, I cannot get my head around how the fuck people who are not on the property ladder are going to get on the property ladder. Even to rent, it's a joke. Now, I have lived in my borough for near on all my life, and I can't even get a council house. I have been on the council list for a long time, and then all of a sudden I was booted off. What I was doing on the list, because it's like a bidding process, what's the point in me bidding if I've got 33 fucking thousand people in front of me to bid? And I don't know how the rules and regulations work, but it's like you've got to bid or if you don't bid, then we're basically kicking you off the list to put somebody else on there. Well, this has obviously happened, and I've really sent the most shittiest email to my borough and gone, how the hell am I meant to? One, they got all my information wrong. Then they keep asking me to send all my documentation and all of James's documentation, which I have done. And then they said, oh, you said that you were overcrowding. I said, I never said I was overcrowding. I said, so if that's on my application, then that's wrong. So then they rejected it, and now I've appealed it again. And I know people are going to probably come at me and go, oh, well, council places are meant to be for this. Council places is affordable living for people, not for any person, for working people. I remember I grew up in a council house. I grew up in a council flat. My mum actually bought her council house, and that's how it should be. And it's not. It's just fucking a mess. I honestly, I take my hat off to the people that have actually managed to buy the house, because it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. One of my cousins just bought a house, but he's had to move further and further out to get more house for his money, basically. And I just don't know how. They've not even moved in yet. You need your deposit. Then on top of that, you need solicitors' fees. I've actually come to the conclusion that I don't think I'll ever own my own house, unless that I have a relative somewhere that will leave me millions and millions of pounds in their will, or I win the lottery, or I get away with robbing a bank, which is not going to happen. But otherwise, it's not going to happen. Even to rent, obviously, my work or my form of work, I can go anywhere. James is a bit different, because I'm not being funny, I don't fucking see him enough as it is when we live in Kent and he works up London, especially with everything that's happening with the tube strikes this week as well. The traffic is just unbelievable. So I'm in bed by the time he gets home. So he said, oh yeah, we can move out the way, but I can travel it. I said, no, it's not happening. So it ain't fucking happening. I said, I don't see you now. I said, so I'm definitely not going to see you if we move further away and you're still travelling to and from London every day. So it's hard for us because we need to be somewhere sort of central for James. Obviously, I can go anywhere. So trying to figure out where to go and looking on Rightmove and all them kind of places to look for somewhere to live is just ridiculous. Even for a room, you're looking at nearly £1,000 for a room. Well, we've got a room already. Well, yes, we've got run of Nan's house, but it's not our own, if so to speak. It's not our own. We can't put our own stamp on it. We can't do our own things. Or like James says, if he wants to run around the fucking house naked, he can. But it's so hard at the moment, and it's just so frustrating seeing more and more people like me in the same situation. I'm not gonna, and sometimes the older generation don't understand that, and that really gripes me as well. I'm not being funny. At the age of 20, I didn't want to have a mortgage wrapped around my throat. But then again, at the age of 20, I didn't know that we'd end up in this position that we're in now in the country being, well, I was in Spain at the age of 20, and I weren't in no plans of coming back. That was my life. But I'm at the age of 20 years old, I did not want to have that responsibility of a house. I was going out enjoying myself. And because if I look at 20-year-olds now, some of them, okay, are very mature and really have got their head screwed on, and then others can't even fucking tie their own shoelaces. And I'm thinking, how the hell are you going to get a house? On top of that, you need to have a clear credit check. You basically don't live, you don't own anything, you don't have a phone, you don't do this, you live within four walls. And when you go for a mortgage, these people are so invasive. You think, I'm trying to get a fucking mortgage. It's none of your business, really, what direct debits I got or whatever. You can see from my salary that I can afford this. I might be wrong. People, like I said, people might come for me, but this is what I kind of sense and feel. So, yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I don't understand where do you even start?
What Stacey says. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes. Uncensored, unfiltered, unmissable.
Where do you even start? If you start saving, I mean, we've got other bills. We've got a car. We've got car insurance. We've got phone bills. We have got credit cards. They're not unpaid. We're not like sitting in the red. They are paid off. And when you work full time and work the hours that you work, what do you get at the end of that? Like, you get your monthly pay, all your bills are paid, and you think, right, I can't go out for a drink with my partner, or I can't go on holiday, or I can't do this and I can't do that because I've got to save. You're going to end up pulling your hair out. I know for a fact I will. I'll end up getting cabin fever, and I'll end up pulling my hair out. It's like my brother and my sister-in-law. They live in a lovely house in, I want to say southwest London. I might be wrong. And the rent that they pay between three people, when they told me, I'm not going to disclose it on here, I nearly fainted. But all three of them have got brilliant jobs and earn brilliant money. But where the fuck do you warrant paying that a month? Is unbelievable. I just looked at my brother and my sister-in-law. I couldn't even say anything. I just looked at it. I was like, are you serious? They were like, yeah. And that's rent. That's not bills. That's not their bills. That's not household bills. That's not food. That's not council tax. That is just their rent. I just looked at James. I was like, where the hell? Me and you are fucked, basically. How the hell are we going to even, like, don't get me wrong, me and James have got good jobs and we have got good money coming in, but it's like, where the fuck where, how, where? I completely understand you can get greedy landlords. I've worked in property management and you can get greedy landlords. You can also get really shitty tenants. I've been on the both. I just can't work out. And it's really sad. And it really does get to me. It really makes me emotional because I've always had my own home since I left home. And I've lived in Gravesend, I've lived in Gillingham, I've lived in Spain. And I've always had my own home. So when I'm coming up to 40 years old and I haven't got my own home, not through no choice of my own, but because it is just near on impossible to fucking rent or buy a place, it's actually so upsetting. And I think a lot of people are going to relate to me on this. Something seriously needs to be done. I don't know if the house prices are going to drop or whatever. Well, the way this fucking country going, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not even going to get into politics because it's just not going to happen. But something has got to give. Something's fallen on my floor. Sorry about that. Because it's killing this the younger generation. Like, say my children want to buy a house, they're not even going to be able to. I would live abroad again. Absolutely live abroad again, but it's so difficult to try and do that. You kind of feel like a fucking prisoner in your own country at the moment. You feel like, I don't particularly want to be here, but it's so hard to leave, to go elsewhere. So you're like, what the fuck do I do? Me and James have seriously spoken about moving abroad as well. No, the money won't be it won't be the same as what it is over here, but it's a cheaper way of life. It will be a better, happier way of life. Yeah, it's just unfucking real. Unreal. I honestly don't know where to start. And like I said, with the older generation saying, oh, well, we managed to buy a house, or we managed to do this, we managed to do that. Yes, you did, but your house prices were low. Your rents were low. And you could get a house just by 3 times your salary. No credit checks, or your basic credit checks. None of these in-depth thing of, oh, I'm going to go through every bank statement, or oh, you bought a McDonald's last week, right? Well, don't you think you could, well, what's that got to do with a fucking mortgage? The mortgage, like, when I speak to my relatives about their old houses, it's like their mortgage was £3,000. Their mortgage repayments were £20 a month. That is not even, I just sit with my mouth open. I can't believe it. Like, and their houses sold for ridiculous amounts of money. So what the fuck, Britain, is fucking going on? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Don't know where to start. I don't even know what area we want to live in, to be honest. Everywhere's a shithole. It's getting worse and worse. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going off on one. I know I am. I really know I am. I'm going completely off subject. I'm just having a rant. The rest of this is going to be me ranting with my little mardy arse over here, sitting there. It's a therapy session with a puddy cat. Oh, God. It's like the strikes now. James has texted me at 7:15 saying I've just got to my last job. So I know for a fact I'm not going to see him till later. And I've still got to cook dinner yet. I just feel like everything is just coming on top at the minute. It's just so, I just feel so stressful. It's just so stressful. This light in my glasses is really pissing me off as well. So this episode is a mixture of me ranting about house prices and rental prices, and me just generally ranting. Because this podcast is my therapy session. It's either that or I'm going to go fucking loopy, which will probably be hilarious. I'm close to bubbling, as they say. I'm just going to end up laughing. I fucking have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But you're my audience. You're all probably sitting there laughing and thinking, she's finally lost the fucking plot. Which you all knew was going to happen. It's coming close. No, I promise you it's not. It's not. You just all need to rant every now and then. Whether you get listened to or not is a completely different story. Don't bottle it up. Just let it out. So I'm going to love you and leave you before this turns into, I don't know, probably when this episode goes out, you're sitting there thinking, oh, do I call the police? Do I call the people that come in white jackets and end up putting me in a padded cell where I'll get one of those really special jackets that you hug yourself with? If that happens, I want a pink one. And I want diamantes on it. I don't want a cellmate. I'm going to be on my own. I'm only joking. I'm joking. Well, I'm going to sign off and go and pour myself a drink, because I have this habit of leaving my bottle of water at work. I'm really excited, before I go, I'm really excited that I've got all my What Stacey Says merchandise on its way. I've got in touch with the very talented lady called Tasha, and her company is called, I think I've tagged it, I might say it, Printastics by Tash or something like that it's called, but she is brilliant. So I've ordered a hoodie that I'm going to wear to the airport, and I've asked James to get me walking down the aisle. Down the aisle? Yeah, all right, not that one. Down the airport aisle in it, and I'm going to take my cup on the holiday with me. I want to fill it up with Prosecco. Take it everywhere with me. put it by the pool. Gonna have my vodka and tonics in there and my cocktails, and I'm gonna show it off. So I'm excited for that. So, and she's not that expensive either. So look her up. I think I've tagged her in quite a few things on my page. So yeah, have a look on there. Gonna continue doing the lives, and what I've found, I really can't get my words out. My poor editor is going to be editing a lot. It's going to go down to fucking 5 minutes, this fucking episode. I can download my lives because they expire on Facebook. So I can download them from Facebook and I can upload them to YouTube. So if you do miss a live, they will be on YouTube as well. I won't be able to reply to you, but you can comment and I'll get notified. So that's me. This one is a fucking shambles. Honest to God, it is. It's a bit of everything. It's a bit of me being pissed off, a bit of the housing, and a bit of whatever in my sexy PJs. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in every time that I drop an episode. You know where to find me. You know where to look for updates by now. If not, I'm pretty concerned. And I will speak to you all. I'm going to try. We are footballing on Saturday, so I won't be going live, but I will probably go live on Sunday because I need to sort our cases out for our holiday. We've only got this weekend left, so you might see me throwing things all around this bedroom because our cases are there. So as you can see in the background. So I'll be sorting all them out. So you'll be seeing me screaming, swearing a lot more than usual, probably shouting at James because he ain't fucking packed his case or he ain't done something or whatever. So I'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Love you loads.
What Stacey says. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes. Uncensored, unfiltered, unmissable.